God tier power and a harem of women. That's what most isekai have become. A genre that used to be about fantasy and adventure has now become a factory for power fantasy and gooning.
I'm jaking it. I'm jaking it. Oh.
But in the middle of all the noise, one series stands alone. Re:Zero. It doesn't give Subaru a throne. It gives him suffering. It doesn't give Subaru a harem. It gives him consequences. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about why Re:Zero stands in a category all on its own, and why Re:Zero might just be the best isekai ever made. Point blank, period. Guys, before we get started, 90% of you watching my videos are not subscribed. So let's make a deal. If I convince you by the end of the video that Re:Zero is the best isekai out there, you have to subscribe. If I change your mind, you have to subscribe. If you agree with my points, you have to subscribe. I really appreciate it, guys. Please, I can't stress enough, hit that subscribe button. And if I convince you, if I change your mind, you have to subscribe. We got a deal?
Damn good deal.
Shake on it. All right. Okay. Let's jump right into it. Re:Zero, the star of the day. Guys, Re:Zero is actually my favorite anime of all time, and Subaru might be my favorite character of all time. Not only is he incredibly relatable, but his story, his arc, the message of Re:Zero is absolutely phenomenal and fantastic. Okay, by the end of this video, I'm gonna prove to you why Re:Zero is the best, absolutely untouchable when it comes to isekai. Re:Zero is the only anime doing isekai right and perfectly. All right, let's jump right into it. First, the power isn't punishment, okay? Anybody who's watched Re:Zero will know that the power Subaru has isn't really a power. If anything, it's a curse.
Subaru! どうしたの急に
体は動く、声も出る、心臓も痛くない。だが恐怖は刻まれた。
Return by death, not a power. If any of you guys are familiar with Return by Death, you will know that this is not a power, okay? On Subaru's entry into the world, he's bestowed a power that allows him to time travel. But here's the caveat. It's not just time travel, okay? It's not just press a button and go back 10 seconds or a year, whatever. No. Subaru needs to die to go back in time, okay? And even then, when he dies, he can only go back to a certain checkpoint.
それでも構わねえ。何度でも戦って、何度でも倒して、エミリアとレン、両方救ってやる。どっちも死なせない。お前たちを救うためなら、俺は何度でも。
Alright? It's not like he can just die and then go back to the start. Like, that's no. That's not how it works, okay? Return by death is by no means a power, okay? Correction. It is a power, but it's not a good power, guys. Like, this is a power that you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy, okay? The amount of pain and suffering that Subaru has to go through and has to deal with, it is absolutely incredible, and his resolve is nothing short of a king. a king, real life. If he was in One Piece, he would have Conqueror's Haki times 10, okay? Because he's that sick. He has to die over and over and over, okay, to achieve whatever goal he's trying to achieve. And even though he comes back and all is fine, it's all good and dandy, no physical harm, the mental trauma alone, the way this guy dies sometimes, he dies in the most horrible, violent, brutal ways possible. And he still continues to get up and keep marching on. He isn't an MC brought to a world where he's just gifted with all types of power. Like, no. In fact, I would go as far as to say everybody else around Subaru is blessed, and he's the only one that's left out. And it's only with this return by death power that he can stand next to them. But the toll alone that takes, like, guys, imagine this. Imagine you died 1,000,000 times. Imagine you died 1,000,000 times. Each way different. Boiling, burning, suffocation, bullet. Like, it's just so, like, we need to give Subaru big props for getting back up every time, because I doubt myself if I died, if I had to experience death once, twice, 5 times, 100. Wow. Well, I think I've made my point clear, guys. Return by death is by no means a power, and if you watched any Isekai anime, you know how it goes. MC gets to the world, they're the sickest in the world. With ReZero, it's the opposite. And you know what? That's why ReZero is so sick, because it does such a good job of taking classic Isekai tropes and just turning them upside down.
You didn't see that coming.
Or framing them in a way that's actually realistic. Like, it's amazing. But Return by Death, not a power, okay? Next section. Now, my next point, Subaru is relatable. He's human, okay? Subaru isn't a son of a god, okay? He's not the chosen one. He's just a regular dude. He's just a regular guy, okay? He's a regular guy going through stuff, okay? Even before he gets transported to Lagunica, he's a shut-in in his room, okay? He's not a gooner like some other MCs. Rudius. He's not a gooner, but he's just in his room by himself, He's socially anxious, he's depressed, And when he gets to the world, it's amazing to see the character development, because Subaru gets into the world and he thinks that everything is fine and nice and dandy. He gets into the world thinking, like, I'm that guy. Where's my power at? Where's this at? And the first couple seasons, Subaru is really cringe. He's really cringe. But that's the crux of his character, because it's the growth, right? It's really the growth. He starts off as, like, an entitled brat. He comes to the world. He thinks that everybody should bow down to him. Everybody should just love him and fawn over him. And he's the most powerful there ever was. And then he gets into his first encounter and he's like, oh shit, I'm still weak. I'm still just me. I'm still just Subaru. And for me personally, guys, like, Subaru just resonates so much. He struggles with feelings of not being good enough. That it's a crux of his character, right? His self-worth. The return by death, he kills himself so much just to save everybody else, but he's never included in the ones that he wants to save for himself, right? Even as arcs go on, he gets better at dealing with his mental health problems, his feelings of self-worth, and his feelings of inadequacy. But as the series goes on, he gets better. But there are times when it's a lot, when it's too much, and he just relapses back into his old ways, you know? But then he still continues to be better, right? And that is just so human, so relatable. Me personally, I can very much understand that feeling of not feeling good enough, you know, not feeling like you're worthy to stand around the people around you, you know, when you feel like people have this false idea of who you are, and then it just creates this weird dichotomy in your head because people are telling you you're one thing, but you think that you're another thing, right? So it just creates this weird feedback loop. And watching Subaru struggle and grow and learn to accept the love and the help from the people around him, it's really just beautiful and heartwarming, right? This isn't a story of some guy trying to defeat the Demon King, you know? Like, at the end of the day, like, I feel like ReZero is just a story of Subaru accumulating all of his family together, you know, and learning how to love himself.
もう愛してもらおうって
私がもっとあなたを愛して
何を言いとしやがる
あなたを愛しています。だからあなたもあなたを愛して守ってあげて。
俺が自分可愛さでこの方法なくしたら俺に何が残るって言うんだよ俺がどれだけボロボロになったってみんなが無事に未来にたどり着けるなら誰も欠けずに明日が迎えられるならそれで俺のみたいに誰も失いたくないんだよ
It's a story of self-love, of self-worth, and I think that's almost better than any other isekai ever, right? It's not just some loser who gets handed everything. It's a loser who gets handed nothing and has to work for everything, which I think is absolutely beautiful. The absolute beauty of Subaru's character, and I can't say it enough, guys. Like, Subaru is just so amazing. But I think you got it for that section. Subaru, relatable, human, written so very well. You could not show me another isekai character written as well as Subaru. Drop them down in the comments, and I guarantee you Subaru still clears. Let's move on to the next section. This one is a big one, I think. Consequences actually matter. How many stories have you watched where they have just fake pumped, fake killed a person, fake this, fake that? Oh, never mind, it's okay. You know, just to get the heart going. No. ReZero will get your heart going, and it'll get your eyes watering because people die, okay? And you, not only do they die, you might watch the same person die 10 times. 10 times, right? The consequences in ReZero are massive. They're massive, okay? One wrong move and the whole world could be burned down, okay? One wrong move from Subaru and Puck might freeze the entire world, okay? One wrong move from Subaru and the witches cult has control of the world. Like, one wrong move and Rem is dead. One wrong move, Rem is dead, right? Even though some might say that the stakes aren't really there because Subaru can always go back in time travel, that's the crux of Return by Death, because he can't. He can't always go back and fix things. Subaru can only go back to a certain checkpoint. So if what he's trying to fix is out of that window of a checkpoint, you can't fix anything. You can't fix anything. Rem, it took him like 3 arcs. Arc 5, 6, and she woke up at the end of 6. So it took him 2 full arcs. It doesn't sound like a lot, but ReZero arcs are long. So it was a long time, and Rem was sleeping, and a year she was asleep. And to this day, even when she woke up, she does not have her memories, okay? She doesn't have her memories. She's not the same Rem that she was. Consequences, right? Julius is in the same predicament right now, which is amazing, right? Like I love that consequences really stick and stay. Decisions matter, you know? One of the things that's really interesting about ReZero, there are if routes, right? Which is kind of a different, it's a branch off of the main story. And basically it's just a bunch of different stories written from if Subaru made a different choice. And we're gonna go over every single one of these if stories, guys, because you would not believe how crazy things get when Subaru makes the wrong choice. Consequences, they matter. Subaru is making every choice correctly so far, right? Which is why we're at where we're at in the story. But if you read some of these if routes, Wrath, Oboreru, Sugihagu, guys, Subaru is a completely different person. Okay? I love the way that Tape has consequences matter and still matter arcs later. You know, like it's not just like, oh, forget about it and it's done. You know, like that happened. No, like things stay with characters from when it happens till when it gets resolved. And if it doesn't get resolved, it just stays with them as a trauma. You know? Amazing, right? Not many series have the balls to just commit to making their character suffer or die, and ReZero holds absolutely nothing back. Zero. It's great. Now, for the last and final point, we are going to talk about the villains. Guys, the villains in ReZero aren't just evil. It's like an ideology just rushing at you, slamming at you. All right? The witch cult isn't just bad guys in cloths. You know? Like, they're fanatics with twisted versions of love, twisted versions of faith, and just madness in like the best way possible. Right? Like, Sirius, right? You look at Sirius. There's some theories going around that she might be Mother Fortuna, and I don't know, like when you look at it, it definitely seems like it, right? It's so great that all the archbishops are based on like different not sins. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Different like values. Oh, well, I guess, actually, yeah, I was right. It's so interesting that all the witches cult are based off of one of the 7 deadly sins, right? You have wrath, you have lust, right? You have vanity, you have greed, right? Betelgeuse, holy, guys, if anybody has seen Betelgeuse's backstory, this is what I mean when I say ReZero is so poetic and sad, and the villains do the best job of that, right? Betelgeuse is like a twisted version of Subaru, you know? He's what Subaru could become if Subaru continued with his obsessive love, you know, just trying to keep everything to himself, right?
俺のおかげでどうにかなってきたから気性が取られたドイングラでだってクソ危ねえ殺人鬼から助けた体張った全部君が大事だったからだ屋敷でのことだってそうだ俺がいたからどうにかなった俺がいなければもっとひどいことになってた全部
Juice is always screaming, love, 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 I love, ah! You know? Just mad, insane from love. Subaru could have went the same way. And ReZero puts that mirror in front of him to realize, like, oh shit, this is who I might become. This is who I could become. You know? It's incredible. You know? Yeah, even Sirius, you know, like when she talks about love, she's on the rooftop and she gives this whole speech about how you have to be empathetic and to feel each other's feelings, and then at the very end she kills everybody. the way that the villains are just structured around the story, even Echidna, you know, I wouldn't exactly call her a villain, but she's most definitely an antagonist.
なんで無言だ。
望む未来をつかむためなら、その道のりで出る犠牲は許容する。それが君の覚悟ではなかったのかな。Natsuki Subaru.
The relationship that she and Subaru have is so incredible. He can't tell anybody that he's been returning by death, and she's the only one that understands him. She's the only one that he can confide in, that he can talk to. So when she makes him the final deal to take her hand and just do everything with her, I'm kind of like, damn, I don't know, Subaru, maybe you should take it, you know? But he doesn't, which is obviously the better choice. But it's just, you know, there's moments where I'm literally siding with like the villain. Yeah, I guess the villain. She's literally a witch, you know, and I'm siding with her because I'm like, wow, like she's making good points, like she cares. Again, ReZero, so good, so good.
Perfect.
So good. Like ReZero is unbeatable. Guy that I'm about to compare ReZero to always get brought up when it comes to great isekai, and these are just power fantasy gooning isekai, okay? Goon machines. It's ridiculous. And you want to talk about these anime in the same breath as ReZero? Oh my god. I'm about to break some of y'all hearts right now, but I gotta do it, okay? This is for the cause. So stick with me, guys, because we're about to get right into it right now. Mushoku Tensei. Oh my god. I got a lot to say about this one. Honestly, we could do a full video just breaking down Mushoku Tensei and ReZero and why ReZero clears. But honestly, guys, to even compare these two is just crazy work to me. It's crazy work. Guys, Rudy holds zero candle to Subaru, okay? Mushoku Tensei is the most gooner power fantasy anime I've ever seen in my life. Okay, basically the message of Mushoku Tensei is you can redeem yourself while being strong. ReZero says you don't deserve redemption until you confront what's wrong with you. Okay, Rudy gets transported from his world. The guy's a loser. He comes to this world. He literally gets handed everything on a silver platter. He's the sickest mage. He's the sickest this, the sickest that. He's got the smartest intellect. He can fight with the sword. He's got the biggest amount of mana in the whole kingdom, right? And on top of that, he gets 3 wives? Like, what are we even watching here, bruv? What is the substance of this story? I would love to know. You know, and I'm not even super hating on Mushoku Tensei because it has its good moments, but to compare it to ReZero in the same vein is just horrible, awful, like idiotic. Why would you even do that? Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind? It makes no sense. Rudy is literally a stage 5 gooner, and he's still a gooner. He literally does not change anything. The world, literally Mushoku Tensei's world rewards him for being a slime ball, for being a gooner, for being like all worst parts about himself, you know? Like he doesn't have to fix anything about himself. ReZero, Subaru literally has to change every single thing that's wrong with him. He has to address every single flaw. He has to do so much internal work to get to a better place. You know, like not even debatable. Don't ever bring Mushoku Tensei up compared to Re:Zero. That's all I have to say on the matter for now, because I could go on for days. Do you see the messages? Do you see why Re:Zero is so rich? Rich with themes, with ideas that are actually mind-bending, worth thinking about? There's many times where Subaru wants to run away, he wants to do things by himself, he tries to do everything alone, and it gets him nowhere. It gets him nowhere. One of the biggest themes of Re:Zero is you have to open yourself up to other people. You have to let people help you. You know? The strongest person will always fold if you try to carry the weight by yourself. You have people around you. There's people there who care for you, who will help you. If you are brave enough, courageous enough to ask for it. Yeah. Guys, I hope that I changed your mind, okay? Re:Zero is so incredible. It shouldn't even be considered Isekai, even though that's what it is. But I just say that because with the reputation that Isekai has right now, we need to make a different category altogether for Re:Zero. You know? I'd put Re:Zero, Erased, you know? Those psychological thrillers, like stuff like that. Like, that's Isekai. That's Isekai. And Tape is doing it right. He's doing it justice. I hope you guys are ready for Re:Zero Season 4 coming out in April. Are you guys ready? They're going to be adapting Arc 6, the best arc of the series. I hope that I convinced your mind. If I convince your mind, we got a deal. You got to follow. If you even made it this far, drop a subscribe. You're already here. You might as well just take the time out, hit that subscribe button, hit that noti bell. We're dropping videos every single week. We're dropping chapter reviews, we're dropping discussions. So if you guys want to be a part of the community, you want to rock with me, you want to talk to me, you want to see what's up, hit that subscribe button. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments down below, did I change your mind? Is Re:Zero the greatest Isekai of all time? Am I wrong? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Drop them down in the comments below and hit that subscribe button. We will be back with another one. Thank you, guys.